Hey everyone, I've got another speed paint for you. This is the face up on my Lisa, made by Salvador, which you might have seen if you watched my previous video. So I have, I had to repaint one of the commissions that I started because I was airbrushing it and the airbrush decided to just crap all over the face. So, seeing as I had to go and wash that and let it dry, as I thought, well, I'll just sit down and paint my doll instead, because my doll's nicer to me. So that's what I did, and I thought I'd record it for you. And I tried to catch as much as I could, but my camera did die. I had got most of it done at that point though, so you do get to see most of it. And I didn't want to wait for, when I was going to get another chance to paint it, because it might be a really long time away. So I thought, no, I'm just going to power through it and just get it done. Anyway. Also, I am, painting this wearing my pajamas. So try not to be distracted by my very sexy pajama pants. I know it's hard, but I think you guys can do it. So this typically takes me about an hour to do the eyelid lines, which I'm pretty sure sounds insane, and I guess it kind of is, but yeah, it does. It takes me a really long time to get those eyelid lines looking the way that I want them, because it's just fiddly and it's difficult. I almost didn't get any of the eyeliner filmed because it was another classic case of the camera had stopped after 20 minutes and I had to go press record again, and I almost forgot. So I didn't get the wingtips, but I did get pretty much everything else. The eyeliner I paint in acrylic paint, and you want to have a pretty, runny consistency. I did make a video about this. Someone asked, and so I filmed a little video so you can actually see how runny your paint should be. And I do have my paint pretty runny because I find that's easier to get fine lines and details done if you have a pretty liquidy paint. The thicker your paint is, the harder it's going to be to get fine lines and details. I often get people asking me about how they can make their eyebrows more symmetrical, and there isn't really a trick to this. There's just not a lot of tricks to anything, really. It's just, you gotta sit down, put the time in. What I can say though is that I did hear someone once say that eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So don't drive yourself nuts trying to get them absolutely spot on, because you're not gonna be able to do it. And it's okay if they aren't identical, because they shouldn't be identical. It's more realistic if they're not identical, because nobody really has identically matching eyebrows. But, what I usually do is I'll draw one eyebrow on in pastel, and I'll just sort of get it to the shape that I want, and I'll slowly erase a bit here and add a bit more there, and so on and so forth, until I get the basic shape that I want and that I think looks nice. And then once I've done that, I'll then try and copy it on the other side. And that's where the time comes in. It takes quite a long time to get the eyebrow right because, I'll add a bit and then look at the other eyebrow, take a bit off, add a bit more, make it a little higher, make it a little lower, and it's just all these minute little corrections that I'll do until I get them looking about as similar as I can without going completely insane. Again, it's another one of these areas that takes me quite a long time to get the eyebrows on. Which is why if you do get a commission with me, I send you a preview pic of one eyebrow because I'm not going to draw both of them and have you want to move them. So it's one eyebrow. I typically use watercolor paints for the eyelashes and the eyebrows. Not always. It depends. I just have a couple of watercolor paints that I like the color of, and so I'll sort of just default to those. And they're easy to dilute with water because they're watercolor. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just painting on the individual eyelashes and eyebrow hairs with watercolor paint. I do a lot of contouring when I'm doing a face up, so there's a lot that's sort of missing out of this part. I typically use a lot of funky colours, or at least I like to. On my face ups I'll use some pretty funky colours. Like she has, you wouldn't know it looking at the end result, but she's got quite a lot of blue in her face, and also black. And it's just how I do my shading, because I don't pre-mix colours. I think a lot of other face-up artists pre-mix their colours, and I don't do that. I tend to just use the colours straight and then just blend as I need. So, you know, if I want purple, I'll put blue, and then I'll put pink, and then I'll have a purple. It's also why I don't like taking preview pictures while I'm working on a face-up, because if you've requested, you know, purple eyeshadow, at some point in those preview pics you're going to get a hot pink photo, and you're gonna freak out and think, why is she doing hot pink eyeshadow on my doll when I wanted like lilac purple eyeshadow? And it's like, well, we'll get there. I have to do things a certain way. I'm just a bit weird with my color application, I think. My favourite eyebrow colour is just a neutral brown, because it goes with everything, you know, because you never really, even if I have a really clear idea of what I think I want a doll to look like, that can change. I mean, I can decide, oh, she's going to be blonde, but I'll try the wig on, I'll put her all together, and all of a sudden I'll just not be feeling it. I find that brown's really good because it'll pretty much go with anything. Like, she has brown eyebrows, but she's wearing a red wig and it totally works. You could stick her in a blonde wig and it'd work just the same. I just love that she's going to have a lot of clothing options, you know. This size, this 12-inch size is really great because she just fits with a lot of doll scaled items, so I don't have to go to any sort of crazy lengths to try and find things that fit with her. They just work with everything that I already have, and I don't have to worry about additional items. She is super cute. She fits into a lot of Blythe clothing. She's wearing a Momoko sweater and she's wearing Blythe shoes. I did actually manage to get them on her feet. The wig is, I think it's a 7/8 sized wig, and her eyes are 14mm. I don't think this is the wig that she's going to keep in the long term. I do want to make her a wig whenever I get a chance to do that, and I might actually film a video tutorial when I go to make her wig. Okay guys, thanks for watching.